You see Xbox is laying off like a quarter of their company? Yeah, I saw. id Software is one of the worst ones. At least Double Fine is splitting off. 95 staff laid off at id Software. Xbox wants Doom, Quake, and Wolfenstein games more often. Oh, Jesus. No organizational changes within id, but rumors suggest less autonomy. Nice. I'm one of the people that got laid off today from id Software. Damn, really? I'm really fucking sorry. This is what I get for saying I wasn't that into Doom the Dark Ages. God damn it. It's my fault. Yeah, Double Fine's going back to being independent. I'm glad they maintained independence. They're consolidating every studio. Yep, it's, you know, I'm going to be honest, it's been so long since I read up in it that I don't actually remember if this is symptomatic of the decline, the tendency of the declining, the tendency for the rate of profit to fall. I would need to read back up on that to remember if this is applicable. But it is a remarkable testament to capital's incredible ability to make itself unprofitable. You induce rent seeking at every level of a production process until even extremely popular, beloved institutions somehow become unprofitable. Yes, basically the games industry has been in an unsustainable spiral since 2022. Yeah, also for like no reason. That's the important thing to remember. It's for literally no reason. Like, are the games still selling? Yes. Are the developers for the games getting paid more? No. Are the games still costing about as much? Yes. Then how is it losing money? I don't know. Yeah, the new Gears of War will cost Microsoft $400 million. $400 million for a fucking Gears of War game? How? Well, I guess it's kind of like how painting a crosswalk costs $36,000, or a bridge costs $13 billion. Unironically, this could all be fixed if GTA 6 flopped. Unfortunately, no, not really. It's just it's a capitalism problem. It is. It's all rent seeking. It's all like the only reason. Listen, remember how I said that every beloved corner store you've ever liked, every business you've ever gone to, every like local pub, every third place you've enjoyed was a mistake on the part of the people who run that business? They should have just put their money in the market. The insistence with making market investment the most reliable way of getting a return back on your investment means that running a business is almost always a loser's game. It's almost always a better option to just put it in the market. It's kind of like that. The only reason anyone wants to operate a business, especially one as big as Microsoft or Xbox or whatever anymore, is for those market returns. Everything gets subsumed by capital. There's no alternative. Which means the purpose of these businesses has nothing to do with making and producing games. The purposes of these businesses is to attract speculative investment. And in order to do that, you need to induce a nonstop maelstrom of restructuring and cost cutting that will eventually drive every business on earth into unprofitability. It's inevitable. It doesn't matter how popular the product you sell is. Even absurdly popular businesses and products will fail, will become unprofitable. Everyone will be impoverished except for the very small number of people who benefit from the the allocation of all wealth into the stock market. Blizzard will also get hit by layoffs. Yeah. Mojang, yeah. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Everything's the same. Everything's dying. Everything's gone. It's over. There's no fixing it. Nothing can be done. The irrationalities baked into the system. There we go. I was looking for this again. $80 trillion in the U.S. market cap. $80 trillion. That's not being put out as wages. $80 trillion just sitting there. Fake money. Not doing shit. Damn, we could defeat climate change. If this money was used rationally, if this kind of productive output was allocated in, let's say, just to use a basic metric we're all familiar with, if this was the kind of capital that FDR had on hand while implementing the New Deal program, everyone on Earth could be living like a king. This 80 trillion represents a volume of productive output that, if applied in a system which is capable of production, like America during the 1930s, could have everyone living like European royalty. We'd be on the moon, we'd be on Mars. Everybody would wake up and look out over an infinite villa stretching out across the horizon. Earth would be a paradise. Instead, it's in the market cap. There would be no luxury unattainable to a common person. Would there be catgirls IRL? Get your priorities in order. But also, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Stream's been so happy lately. I'm sorry! I'm sorry! It's fake valuation, not real money/resource. No, but it could be. All of this money that's been invested into the stock market represents, in the abstract, the potential for wealth to be allocated towards production. In its current form, it's worthless. It's less than worthless. It's actively destructive. But it doesn't have to be. You will know when there's Disco Elysium because I'll tell you there's Disco Elysium. If I don't say there's Disco Elysium, then there won't be Disco Elysium. 3,200 people let go at Xbox. On a lighter note, I'm not reading that shit. Do you think that would have mitigated the force of right-wing reactionary ideology? Buddy, if $80 trillion of market cap had been rationally allocated towards traditional productive output, right-wing ideology wouldn't even be a thing. You can't even comprehend the utopia that we would live in. Every human would be immortal. We would all enjoy whatever food we could imagine. There would be holodecks. We would be living in the future. I truly do not think you understand how much productive value there is locked up in what is now just a speculative bubble. We're talking about like the sum of all human production multiplied exponentially several times over. Everything humans have ever produced. If you gave, not accounting for inflation, deflated, whatever, if you gave this kind of money, this kind of capital to the Romans or to, again, FDR, hell, honestly, basically any empire pre-19th century, they would have rebuilt the world. They would have built a damn Dyson sphere. There would be no poverty, no hunger, but that's not how it works. The biggest hurdle is and always has been socioeconomics. Technology is honestly kind of a rounding error. That's the reason why, even though construction technology has only gotten better in the past century, we build less and worse than ever before. Tech does nothing on its own. America has access to incredibly good medical technology, but our life expectancy on average is lower than Cuba, which is still locked in, 1960s tech in a lot of cases. Technology is irrelevant if the socioeconomics aren't up to snuff, and the socioeconomics are not looking good. Failed state, failed species. God damn, man. Well, probably not good. What would a scenario look like in which Collins dies before midterms? I don't know. We gotta move on. I don't know how much more of this I can take today.